Welcome to the
Right.
4 Yorkshireteers.
Yes,
With us
indeed.
today, you get me, Alex. You've got Ben. Say hello, Ben.
I
got
want to
Ollie.
die.
Duh.
And we've got Miller.
There was a striker, an English striker called Jordan Pickford. Alright, guys, let's go.
Are you striker now?
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Anyway,
Yeah, at least his little T-Rex arms won't get in the way of the ball.
This is the 4 Yorkshireteers podcast, where we talk about Yorkshire things. Well, not exactly Yorkshire things going on in Yorkshire. Mainly sports. Sports orientated people.
Spots.
This is a great debut stream, isn't it? It's
Oh,
brilliant.
yeah, obviously, yeah. We've definitely not 3 people already. Well, no one.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly we're going to be talking about sports in Yorkshire. But if you're from Leeds, Bradford, York, don't be expecting anything.
Go die. Sorry.
No.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
that
only
is a...
people in Leeds. That's only people in Leeds. People in York, I
Yeah,
guess.
only Leeds. Sorry, York. You're very nice people. Leeds. You're also very nice people.
Leeds, piss off.
Die.
Again, Ben. Again. First.
People in Bradford, I'm sorry, unlucky. Bradford for anything for about 30 years. Anyway, so we're gonna start off by we're not actually gonna talk about Yorkshire yet. We just want to say
Boo.
congratulations, a big congratulations to the Welsh Rugby Union team for winning the Grand Slam.
Who's that?
Who?
People in Yorkshire
Sheep
don't really-
shaggers.
Yeah.
Yep. Just to let you know, I am a quarter
Well,
Welsh
that
guy,
ended
so
well, didn't it?
And I'm like, I'm
joining
part
the club.
myself. But yeah, congratulations to Wales for winning sport. England through to Scotland in an incredibly embarrassing draw. Again, no one really cares. Rugby Union World Cup this summer. No one's going to go. And that's Rugby Union. Now let's get to some slightly more juicy stuff. People,
And
yeah,
that's it for that
it for
part.
Rugby Union. No one
On to the
really
next
cares,
bit.
except me maybe. Let's get on to the proper sports. Starting off with Rugby Union. I'm joking.
Fuck's sake.
Rugby League.
Started off with Rugby League. Yeah.
Rugby League. There we go.
Well, I must say it's been a difficult 13 or 9 months. I think it was 9 months, wasn't it?
For whole FC. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't win a game.
Didn't win
in 9
a single
months.
game in 9 months.
Yeah. We came back against Wigan though. We played against Wigan. They got a
Wigan,
last-minute
shocker.
try, and we came back against Wigan. We got a last-minute try, and They got a last-minute try and took it to Golden Point, which we won.
Match
Luckily.
need with a drop goal.
Oh yeah, beautiful drop goal. And then of course the next week we beat Huddersfield, and the week after that we beat Leeds.
And then you get to win.
Yeah,
You lost.
Wakefield, I think was it? I can't remember. I was out of the game. It was 32-12, I think, or 36-12. I can't remember really.
Yeah, it was 32. Wakefield got 32.
32-12.
But for perspective, Moa, is that mini resurgence over already?
I don't know. I think the fans when we saw the 3-win streak happen, we thought, right, it's a new season. Our season starts here. And after that game, I think it was more of are we going to do this again? Is it going to happen again? And of course, coming off the back of a double Challenge Cup win in 2016 and 2017 is shocking.
Which is remarkable, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, considering we didn't win at Wembley in our club existence, and now the club's like this. It really do. You look at the management and you're like, how can you go from winning 2 Challenge Cups so convincingly to not being able to get a win? And it really is annoying as an FC fan. But
We got Ligma.
fuck's sake. Indeed.
You know
But
that devastating
there is-
disease.
There is one, or some. Well, I wouldn't say it's quite a lot of FC fans, because I don't think it is. No, I don't think people have got this desperate. But some fans have been asking the question: Radders in or out?
Yeah, I've seen it a lot on Facebook. It's not like you go to your football games and they're holding banners, Radders out. It's not like that. Ex-captain, Hull Adolf.
Are we lagging a bit?
Possible.
Yeah, we're lagging a little bit.
There's just not.
Those questions like what's going why we when really if you look at it, FC's a 5th place to 8th place club. We're not a top 4.
Bit of a
We're not
stretch.
a grand final club. But yeah.
See, I agree with you on that, Miller, because I really don't think that Radders, after what he's done for the club, should be fired.
Yeah.
Like, you had that awful case where you can never win at Wembley, and then he's the one that broke it. And to break it once was good enough, but to break it twice,
Yeah.
it's brilliant, really. And I think that, same with linking it to football, Claudio Ranieri, I never thought he should have been sacked as Leicester,
Yeah.
because of what he actually did for the club. Like, give him another year, and if he don't do as well, then yeah, fair enough. But I think Radders has also brought it upon himself that he's done so well with the club. Now that if they go back to what there was before he was there, people think that he's doing a bad job, when really that's the side that he was given, and he's improved it. And then because it starts dropping back off again, he's now getting slated for it. Where before the fans were fine with it.
I mean, like you said, linking it back to football, where most of the people watching will be from, or listening even. It really you look at it and you're like, was Ranieri? Is it a stab in the back? Like Ranieri said, he's been stabbed in the back by the players and the fans and everybody. Radders would, and rightfully, he would probably think that, because he's brought the club from basically a club that probably shouldn't have a chance in getting into the grand final to a club that, yeah, probably could win it. You know, a long shot, but we probably could.
Especially with the last, with the 2 seasons that you did win at Wembley, you definitely had the team that you could have done it. You was, correct me if I'm wrong, but you was first for most of the season. And then as soon as you won at Wembley, you dropped off a bit and you started slacking, and then you didn't get the chance to win. But
it is one of those things. It's every single year. As soon as we come to the Super 8s, we drop off, and it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And I don't know if it's the same thing across the bridge at Rovers, but
Oh, trust me, mate, I'd be buzzing if we got in the bloody Super 8s.
Yeah, it would be it would have been a collective achievement to get promoted back to the Super League and get a Super 8's place straight off the bat. That would have been an achievement for Tim Sheens, but obviously we all know that didn't happen. Maybe it might happen this season.
Yeah.
But I think 2019 will be a difficult year for FC.
Definitely, yeah. Talking about recent results, though.
Considering you've asked me questions about FC, I'm going to ask. I'm assuming Ollie's a KR fan as well. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you all a question. Today's result. I didn't watch it. I'm guessing you guys did.
I didn't watch.
I watched it when I found out that it was on Sky.
I did watch it. It was first half pretty boring. 2 penalties in it. There was a possible try moment with Joel Tompkins. It wasn't given. He was referee called held up, played on. First half, absolutely boring, to be honest. Second half, started off a bit slow, and then Craig Hall gets it down for a try.
Big fucking Hall, that guy.
Big Craigie Hall gets it to 8-2.
I hate to bring this
and
up.
then it was a good, like, Craig Hall had a good game. Not even gonna lie, had a good game. But
And then we let it slip at the very end.
yeah, Hull KR did slip at the end. But there's one problem with today's match. Actually, no, there's 2 problems. The first problem, yes, some players didn't start.
Yeah.
The big one is the forwards. Tim Sheens put Danny Addy at hooker. Lawler. I mean, when you look at the team sheet, it put Lawler in the prop position, but what actually happened? Lawler was in second row, and Joe Tompkins was playing lock.
Yeah.
Or second row. No, I don't really. But the forward positions are all relatively dynamic, but some of them are better than others. Like some players, James Greenwood, for example, and it's becoming clear that there are holes in the forward positions. The second problem is the backs. Mainly 2 positions, fullback and wing. Fullback today was Will Dagger. Don't get me wrong, good player. But there are moments where you wish Quinlan was starting.
Yeah, there is moments in a rugby match where you're like, we need a better. It's the same as football. It's the same in any sport. You sat there and you're like, this guy's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, great youth. But we need a better player. If we want to be challenging for those higher positions, we need a better player in that position. And that's
It's
why
exactly
I love
the problem with Winger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willock at wing. At fault a couple of times. Knocking on the ball a few times. Again, like don't get me wrong. He can be a good player, and he's youthful, but there are just like times in like there was times in that game where you think, why is Willock playing wing? Why isn't it Ryan Shaw? Why is Ryan Shaw on the bench? He should be starting.
It's always something like that. It's always like the manager, is he having a brain fart or is he just
Does he see something?
yeah. Does he see something that the fans don't? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, if he got it right, everybody would have been clapping him, and everybody would have been loving him. But because he got it wrong, it is one of those decisions where a manager has to be like, I've got that wrong. Do I do it again, or do I learn from my mistakes, basically? And that's where Tim Sheen. I'm not saying he's an unexperienced manager because he's not. He coached national team, didn't he, Australia?
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams in the world, so some might say the best. So yeah.
Not
I
gonna
hate
lie,
to
I just
bring-
watch the game. It's that's all I do.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this into the conversation, but the amount of turnovers we give away and penalties we conceded was absolutely ludicrous. Like 11
Oh, yeah,
turnovers
it's
and
ridiculous.
11 penalties.
Completely. I wouldn't say it's obviously a penalty, but the way we were giving it, like Joe could like don't get me wrong, Joe Tompkins is a great player, but he does have a habit of spilling over and just losing his cool. He's supposed to be captain, and to be fair, he did refrain. Like he got into a bit of a scuffle with one of the Catalan players, and his brother Sam stepped in to like calm both players down. Joel, absolute credit to him, did calm down, but he just needs to keep a lid on it. Like, just he needs, and that reminder that he's supposed to be setting an example.
Yeah.
You know, constantly getting into scuffle fights isn't captain material. The 2-0 okay, I get Sean Lunt back is going to have that proper leader back.
Yeah.
But
one big thing about rugby that football doesn't have, and I just wanted to get this in now. just in
Footballers
case
can't
we do
snap
forget.
each other and get away with it.
No. I mean, like, I just want to get this in just in case we forget about it. But VAR,
Oh.
in rugby is one of the best things to happen to the game, I think, because you can really tell if you've dropped the ball on the line. The only thing you can't tell is if it's a forward pass. They can't go to the board for that, which is understandable.
But if they did that as going to the board, it could have a lot of interruptions into the play. Like,
Yeah, don't
if you're
forget that
checking
football
every
matches,
single
it's
pass that looks borderline.
Yeah, forward passes are one of those things where it's like, no matter how far back you pass it, no matter how far backward you pass it, it's still gonna look forward on a different camera angle. It's one of those things.
One thing that is good about the rugby VAR is the fact that it's the VAR's decision. It's someone's final decision. It's not the referee's. That's the problem with football. A penalty, if you get VAR on a penalty, one referee's going to say one thing, but another referee's going to say another. In rugby, it's one decision, and that comes from the VAR.
Yeah, in VAR,
it's like,
effectively handed the decision. Like they say, for example, we see it a lot in the NRL and the Super League when it's they've got the ball down for the try, and the referee consults his two assistants on the sidelines, come to a decision that they're going to go upstairs. So he'll blow the whistle, do the TV signal, go upstairs, give the on-field decision. This is where they do it in rugby union as well. Rugby union, rugby league do similar things. They give an on-field decision of what the referees on the field think. So, for example, they'll say, on-field decision, try. Is there evidence? The people upstairs, is there evidence to overturn the decision? And then, therefore, they're handing over the decision to the people upstairs. Football doesn't. Football is literally an assistant.
yeah.
They sold a video to give them evidence, but they don't hand over the decision. The decision is still the referee on the pitch.
Yeah. It's like in rugby as well, you can't really do it in football because not every football stadium has a TV in the corner, does it? Like in rugby.
No.
As you guys probably know, if you've gone to the KCOM or even Rovers Ground or even been to away matches, you would have known most rugby stadiums have that TV in the corner. So if it does end up going to the screen, then the fans can
actually know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, the fans can see it, the players can see it, and and the referee, even the referee, can have a better look at it.
I mean, in the Premier League, probably doesn't have. I haven't actually been to all the stadiums. I know a few, and to the few that I have actually been to, that doesn't seem to be a bit of a problem because most Premier League stadiums are modern, all-seaters, so they have TVs. But if you go down to divisions like League One, the Championship, some teams in the Championship, League One, League Two, or even the National League, not all the stadiums in the lower league have TVs. But I think that's why they've only instated VAR law in the Premier League, because like if most Premier Leagues, if not all Premier League teams, have stadiums with TVs in them, but the problem with this is the high attendances. If you have, for example, Old Trafford, Anfield, Etihad, they have high attendances, or maybe not so the Etihad. It is known as the Etihad. Stamford Bridge, like all the big teams with big stadiums, got TVs in it. Everyone's looking. More fans is more of a worry, because I think the reason why show the replay on big screens is that it might spare on a reaction in the ground, and obviously this becomes a bit of an issue because we've had recently in the Aston Villa Birmingham City derby, a Birmingham City fan went onto the pitch and assaulted Jack Grealish. If this, it'd probably be a lot worse. It could have been the safeguarding decisions as rugby does.
It could have been. I mean, that guy that ran on the pitch, that could have been a knife. If you watch,
it could have been anything, couldn't it?
Yeah, if you watch the interview with Eric Cantona, not Eric Cantona, I forgot his name. People are going to hate me for this. AFC Wimbledon.
Ronald Koeman.
No. AFC Wimbledon, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
There was this interview with Vinnie Jones. He was talking about the fan that ran at him with an iron crowbar.
Jesus.
And it really is a fact that we have people at our age as stewards, and it is one of those things. I was talking to somebody the other day about it, and it was like, it's one of those things. Do you have special security at grounds? The upside is people don't get on the pitch, and people don't fight in the stands, and there's more strict in the stands. But the downside is, if you guys have been to St. Helens Ground, you'll know the stewards there are more like fucking army commanders. They're really fucking annoying, and they're probably more of a danger to you than the stands are. But
I know it's going back, but adding on to Alex's point of the screens at Premier League football teams' grounds, I've only looked at two, and two I was right with. Old Trafford and Anfield both don't have a single TV screen.
it's like I knew Anfield didn't because we mentioned that before. But Thingy has Newcastle Stadium has.
Yeah, Newcastle's though, because they get used for Derby days quite a bit, don't they? St James's. But then again, so does Old Trafford, and that don't have a TV screen. They have to bring one in for the game.
I imagine that's they'd start reinstating TV screens at stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Anyway.
surprising that
Hey,
they've
go on.
started playing rugby league teams at Anfield now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Just an update, guys. How long have we been going on for?
For 40 minutes.
Right, I might want to. Right, well,
Yeah.
that'll include our VAR decision. Well, not decision, sorry. Talk, but we'll move on. We're still on football. First of all, Hull City drew to QPR. Once
Right.
it's embarrassing.
Nah,
Well-
that's just shiting it, really.
2-0 up at half time, and Josh Gower and Tom Mohammed both get goals to level it up. Again, once it's embarrassing, but results like this need to be put away. 2-0 up at
I
half
completely
time,
agree. When you're 2-0 up, Jared Bowen's on fire, as always,
obviously.
scoring all the goals for you. You hardly have, apart from Fraser Campbell, who's probably going to be retiring soon, you hardly have another goal-scoring outlet. And with the chairman that you've got at the moment, and hardly any money coming in, actually money being taken away, even if you did make the playoffs and you did get up, I could just imagine it being so bad that you'd go straight down. And then if you don't get any more money again, all your best players are going to leave. Bowen, Grzyski,
That is literally
players like
what
that.
happened to us
And then
before.
you're just going to keep plummeting. It's going to be the Sunderland effect.
Exactly.
And
Well,
I
that's
just
what
feel
happened to us before,
that...
but we didn't have the type of thing that Sunderland did when it went down. We just lost every good player in our club. We lost
That's exactly
Curtis
what happens to
Davis,
Sunderland.
David Myler. Well,
Sunderland
but
were-
we didn't go down twice, which is lucky. We lost David Myler.
Yeah.
We lost Curtis Davis. We lost
Michael Dawson.
Michael Dawson, Andy Robertson,
Joshua Timon,
uh,
Max
Oh,
Clark.
Matt Clark,
Liam Senior,
Alan
Um,
McGregor.
Alan McGregor.
Like, all these players that could have turned out to be so much better. Max
Nicky
Clark
Jelinek.
is a big one because I've been following Max Clark's career, and he's been starting mainly every game and putting in a brilliant shift.
Yeah.
And I just feel that he's wasted out there. Like, if he stayed at Hull City, or if we didn't get relegated, we'd probably still be in the Premier League as long as the money kept coming in. Because if you get in the Premier League, you somehow get to the final of the FA Cup, and don't get me wrong, we nearly did it, win it. Then you get put in the Europa League, get so far, that's automatically bringing in more money because you get the TV licensing deals, you get in sponsorships coming through, and then you can start bringing in players. And then the chairman can finally shut up about how much money he's getting.
To be fair,
The
we
thing
did
is that
venture into Europe.
But yeah, we're not going to mention how that ended.
Nah, we went into like 2 games and went, we're just gonna play dog shit. That's how
original
we're gonna
Brexit.
play.
Got knocked out by some Belgians.
That is the original Brexit.
Who were
Hull
they?
City's European run.
I
Tom
don't know, to
Holmeston
be honest.
had a penalty and he skied the bastard.
But
Let's not mention
it will always come. I'm using this phrase a lot. It will always come down to, but it really will. It's if you look at it, it's just if you go up and get more money for the alums, they're gonna stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going to want to stay. They're going to see the money coming in, and they're going to want to stay.
The only way you get rid of them is if you go down. it's a bad thing to say, but the only way you get rid of the Allams is if you go down. And
Or
it's,
somehow strangle the money hole on Hull.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
just,
because it's just it's crap. Like, it is.
The
Because
Allams did come out and
We did
Out.
protest for like we've been protesting for like 2.5, 3 years now to get them out.
still haven't moved.
It's like
All right.
it's like that Blackpool thing, innit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Under the ownership of the Oystons, and recently got kicked out the club for whatever reason. Can't remember what it was, something to do with taxes or something. Got kicked out the club, and Blackpool rejoiced, obviously. First game without the Oystons, absolute sellout. And the Allams did come out recently. They talked about the like various deals they've had. Chinese consortium comes to mind, saying, all these protests from the fans, like the infamous tennis ball protest against Nottingham Forest, one of the televised games of the season. Apparently, it makes us an unattractable club to potential buyers, but it's just a massive bluff about that, because if you see a club struggling, their fans wanting their owners out, that doesn't make you unattractive. It makes you attractive. Yes, you're gonna be looking, but you're looking hostile because you care.
I'm gonna have to like disagree. I can see where you're coming from there, but I am gonna have to disagree with that, because yeah, it does show the love for the club, but again, it could just if I'm a foreign investor and I'm like, I want to finally invest in football, and I come to Hull and I see all the protests against the original owners. I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna
you're
be
like,
put
fuck
off.
this, I don't want this happening to me. Yeah.
I'm gonna be put off, because I'm gonna be like, well, if I can't do a good job, that's gonna be me. You know
We
what I
also
mean?
did lose a class manager as well.
Yeah, Steve Bruce.
We lost a class manager,
Well,
and
we've
he
lost two. Steve
Well,
Bruce and Marco Silva. Like, we can't forget
yeah,
about
Marco
Marco Silva.
Marcus. So,
Like, and what Steve Bruce literally came out and said he left because of the Allams. That's basically what he said.
yeah.
Lack of money
I
allowed
think-
for transfers and stuff, and allowed to improve the team, and he just got sick of
Yeah.
it and he just left.
I think Marco Silva said the same thing as well. I know he didn't leave for the same reason, but I think Marco Silva said basically the same thing, that the ownership there at City is dreadful. It really is out of control.
Yeah, but you saw how well Hull City started playing as soon as Marco Silva came in, but then he got shut down again.
He
Yeah.
came
then
in
he
too
got-
late. He really did. He came
Yeah.
in too late.
Yeah, he
If he was the manager at the start of the season, he would have rescued him, and they would have actually stayed in the Premier League. And then the next season, he would have built off him, like the Jurgen Klopp effect. First season, meh. Second season, meh. Third season, Champions League final and contending for the Premier League. This season, Champions League Champions League quarterfinals, and now he's contending with the Premier League, currently on top, 2 points in front of City, who are a game in hand.
Yeah.
And you just need to give managers time. Like, they're not going to come in and have a perfectly set out team. Marco Silva did the exact same with Watford. He went in, and the team wasn't right. He tried to change it. He brought in Richarlison, who was a good signing, and then the next season he got fired for not getting as far as they wanted. And then he goes to Everton, starts his building blocks there, and it's only going to be a matter of time to see how he does at Everton. But at the moment, he's doing well because they've just beat Chelsea 2-0.
Bloody hell.
And Chelsea are a top tier side, aren't they? So,
Well, top tier side about having it this season.
yeah, good point, yeah. But they're still up
Well,
there. They're still up there in top
Chelsea-
six.
Sorry, Ben. Sorry to interrupt there, but Chelsea are bringing it back to rugby, which is sort of my topic. But Chelsea really have been looking a lot like Leeds, I think, these past couple of seasons. Of course, under Mourinho, when they were like 16th, I think, for half a season, Leeds were the exact same. Leeds were finishing bottom and always in that relegation fight. And it always comes down to why. I've said it again. It always comes down to it, but why? You know what I mean? How can a club be like FC? How can a club be winning titles year after year, and then all of a sudden just become nothing? You know what I mean?
Well, while we're on the topic of that, it's I mean, I think you saw that kind of promotes to Leicester that one time.
Yeah.
They were bottom of the table. Literally, they came out relegation zone after winning like 5-6 games in a row, then won the league the next season.
Yeah, that's.
And then you got to see
That's
Gary
not like
Lineker in his underwear for some reason on Match of the Day. Because apparently he wanted to do that.
It was just.
Bringing it back to the
It was just.
Everton-Chelsea game. I don't know if any of you actually knew, but there was a law that was going to get passed where the penalties would be completely stopped. Do you know, like, if they miss, it'd be stopped, so they couldn't hit the rebound?
Yeah. Kind of like a
And
penalty
prime example of this, penalty was awarded to Gilfrey Sigurdsson.
Yeah.
Yep.
He took the penalty, the keeper saved it, and they knocked it in afterwards. Whereas if that law was passed, that goal wouldn't have standed. What's your opinion on that?
I think it's a good point. I'd rather see that. A penalty is like, it's almost like free kicks are different. That's outside the box. Penalty, it's literally 1-on-1.
Yeah.
You've got no defenders there to block you. You've got nothing. You've got that and a keeper.
But
Like,
if you're going off that, Ollie, it's like a few seasons ago, the Messi Suarez penalty, the Messi Suarez or the Messi Neymar penalty, where
Messi
It was
Suarez.
supposed to be Messi Neymar, but it ended up going to Suarez.
Yeah, he passed it to Suarez, didn't he? And he scored. That wouldn't have happened if we have that law. I know it was a controversial penalty anyway because you're not supposed to do that.
It's just in the rules. It's as long as the ball moves forwards.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand why the rule might change, but the keeper has to push it away, and that's why the defenders are that close to run and get the ball out if the keeper can't save it, or if the keeper can't keep hold of it or parry it out.
I'd have to agree with Mark.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Mark because I think, personally, it stops it. I think free kicks and penalties should be treated the same in rules. So if a free kick's been taken, you put the ball in, someone headers it, and then the goalkeeper parries it out, they wouldn't stop it. Like, it's a penalty, you're hitting the ball. I think, is it the 2-touch rule that you're not allowed to touch it after it's hit the post or something like that?
No, it's the the 2-touch rule is you're not allowed to touch the ball twice in flight. I think like.
Oh yeah. It's like you're not allowed to tee it up to yourself, innit?
Yeah, it's like
You'd have to do it in one motion.
Man City had one first year Pep was in charge, and Pep went straight to the referee and said that touched his foot twice because the Watford player, I think it was either Watford or Bournemouth, he slipped during a penalty, and going bottom corner, he slipped during a penalty, he kicked it again.
I thought it was Riyad Mahrez.
You know what?
Well,
It might have been, yeah. Might have been.
Well, while we're on the topic of the Premier League, Liverpool today, at the 2-1 win.
2-1 win against.
Right, can I just say, as a Liverpool fan, I was fucking shitting myself. Fuck
So
you,
not convincing.
Brian Babel. Fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck your red hair. And you do not want us to win the league. Otherwise, you wouldn't have scored that fucking tap in. You bell end. Sorry.
It's all good. But no, right. Everyone was going on about, was that a foul, Mane? And when a goalkeeper wraps his arms around a player, looks like they're giving him a massive fucking bear hug, it's going to be a foul.
It's like I said to Alex when he was in the party earlier when you guys went. I watched the replay and I was like, what? Why is there so much controversy about this penalty? He's wrapped his. It's like the Pickford challenge on Rondon. He wrapped his arms around the player and basically took him off the ball.
Imagine if he speared him. That'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
I don't think Rondon or Mane in that instant was gonna score anywhere. So
just imagine.
Yeah, fucking just turns around and spears him. But we're about to hit 7 o'clock. Do you want to end it there?
We've got one more thing. Well,
All right.
we could just talk about Brady. Obviously, there's we're gonna move to Scotland, for just a second. Rangers drew to Kilmarnock, because that's not the important. The important thing is this is linked to Liverpool, because obviously this could be a possible future decision. Rangers fans have been, not exactly talking, arguing, or just arguing about the appointment of Steven Gerrard. It has gone slightly downhill in recent fixtures. Recently, draw against Kilmarnock, but there's also been the previous loss to Aberdeen, and a few before that, which haven't gone to plan. So a few players not turning up. Well, not exactly turning up, but not being quite inconsistent. The January arrival of Stephen Davis and Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe's been amazing. Stephen Davis,
as you expect from someone like Jermaine Defoe, though, is a clinical goal scorer, and he's going to get you the goals. Age don't affect your goal scoring ability. It really doesn't.
I mean,
it didn't affect Alan Shearer.
With Stephen,
Exactly.
Yeah, it always goes back to, and there it is again. It always goes back to with Steven Gerrard. He'll slip
Shut
up.
the fuck up, Miller.
You can't see it.
Shut up.
He can never win a title, can he?
Rangers fans weren't expecting Rangers to win the league. They were just expecting to challenge. The whole point of Steven Gerrard.
Challenge? Well, they have. I think they're 8 points behind or 10 points behind now.
No, the 10, but
yeah,
the 10, but it's the dominant Celtic.
It's closer than they've been recently, though.
It's the closest they've been for the last 6 years, ever since Rangers demotion to the 4th tier.
Celtic have been beating Rangers 5-0 nearly every single game ever since Rangers came back up. But I think Gerrard got you the first win against them in a while, didn't he? So it's
but Brian Jackson's goal again. It was a beautiful goal. Don't get me wrong. 1-0, and but it's the appointment of Steven Gerrard. It's going back to what we said earlier. You need to give managers time.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and can I also just put?
Go on, Ben. Go on. We'll let you.
Right.
Lasser, I guess.
Right. Can I just say that Rangers are pretty much doing effectively a Liverpool at this point? They've got 17 wins out of 30 games, only lost 4, drew 9. Now, if you're looking at that as a manager's point of view, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm scoring 66 goals out of 30 games, and yet I'm still drawing 9 games. He's only conceded 22. That's not far off Celtic's. That's only 8 behind Celtic. like, what do you have to do to break them down? I know that he needs to be able to be more creative when they are drawing to break open teams, but literally, it's the draws that are letting them down at the moment. That's it.
Well,
I'd
I
have to
think,
agree.
Same thing with Liverpool.
yeah, I think what it might have been, it was some Celtic fans getting in the Rangers fans' head saying he's a shit manager, and Rangers fans might have just believed them because I don't know where it's come from really that Rangers are thinking Gerrard out. Yeah, like Alex says, like you said, Ben, there has been a string of bad luck recently. Aberdeen won it 2-0, or Hamilton 2-0. I can't remember. Where it's a game they should be at least winning. You know, I mean, well, yeah, winning should at least be winning. But I don't know. Rangers haven't been the same ever since they've gone down. Ever since that.
The
Holds
financial
money issue.
management of Rangers really did hamper their development.
Yeah.
The entire development of Scotland, because we're not gonna lie, the Scottish League, it's no Premier League, but it is still a good league. It's
Yeah, I agree.
certainly
It's
got
entertaining.
football. I mean, the Scottish call it football, and it's just
And also,
you just can't knock
it is called the Ibrox, isn't it? The Ibrox.
Stadium.
Yeah. The Ibrox has pretty much been a den for Rangers. Only ever lost there once in this season. Drawed 4 times and won 10. Like, that's a good record.
You shouldn't.
There's no denying that.
It's one of those things when you're a big club like Liverpool, like Man U. I'm not saying Rangers are on the same level as these clubs, but like Rangers, like Celtic, you make Anfield, Old Trafford, and Ibrox. It's a castle basically, innit? You need teams to fear the fans there, and I must say when you go into Scottish football, you go to Celtic's home ground, you go to the Ibrox Stadium.
Yeah, because it's good atmosphere, isn't it? Like, you're not going to get a better atmosphere than Scottish atmosphere, and that's just coming from personal thing. I've actually been to the Ibrox before. I've been to Anfield, and trust me, they're both up there with the best atmospheres I've been to. I went to Kiev to go watch Liverpool. It was actually quite shit, to be honest. But when you go to someone's home ground, and it's majority of your fans' side, it's genuinely deafening. You can't hear a single thing, and they will chant your team on through thick and thin. Like with the Bayern Munich fans against Liverpool, I was really impressed with them. 3-1 down, still jumping up and down, chanting on the team. 90 minutes, don't care. They're still cheering them on. I was really impressed with the Bayern Munich fans.
It's especially in those big games, like we all talk about easily one of the best derbies in the world. Like there's nothing better than it. It's on derby days, the atmospheres generate momentum. You can see it on the pitch when we'll go back to the Rangers 1-0 win against Celtic when scored that goal. The Rangers fans absolutely cheering on their team like there's nothing else in the world they care about. On that day, it was just Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic up against each other, balls to the wall football. And
I'd like to have a commentator one time where they just don't hold back. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Just a Scottish commentator.
Scott Brown's gone in there. He's made a dreadful tackle. What a bloody bastard! And what a tackle by Ryan Jack, that bloody cat. He's a great specimen. He's a great.
This kind of shit. What a beauty! You fucking beauty!
And we've just offended every single Scottish person there.
Yeah,
No, but can I also just on the Rangers topic, they really impressed me in Europe. I know they didn't get out the group. I don't really care about that.
no one would expect
being able to stand toe to toe with Villarreal, who are now, can I add, in the quarterfinals. That's impressive. being able to, I'm pretty sure they drew against them.
Yeah.
Drew against them 2-2. That's impressive.
Yes.
That's showing
Yeah.
that Scottish football isn't just, oh, it's Scottish football. It's an easy league. They can hold their own against good sides.
It's
But
not just
no,
the
wait.
Scottish guy running
Both the
around and
games,
going,
I think
I
both the
improved.
games
It's not that.
with Villarreal, I think they drew, which is impressive. Very impressive.
I've just
And
got
don't
to
Yeah,
say,
forget-
both the games with Villarreal are drew. 2-2 and 0-0.
Well, and don't forget when they're banned from the European competitions because of a certain club called Liverpool.
Sorry.
Yeah, ruined it for all the.
How dare you?
But that's how the Scottish League developed in what it is today. When all the English teams were banned, all the players moved to Scotland because obviously it's just across the border. It's not, Scotland and England don't have a lot any different. It's just the accents and the culture. And players such as Terry Butcher, for example, absolutely made Scotland his home. And now you side you get Terry Butcher, Celtic side I guess you can get Chris Sutton, like players who came south from the border and made Scotland their home. Don't like as much as say it. Chris Sutton at Celtic was, like an unbelievable player, but so was Terry Butcher. Just absolutely made
Yeah.
Scotland their home.
I'm just gonna have to jump in here, guys. We might want to end it up. Right.
Yeah,
right
I guess
That's a good idea, that, mate.
That's pretty much all of today, really. Again, massive Wales for winning Grand Slam, even though no one cares. And that was being the Four Musketeers talking crap. See you later.